Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the march to Dandi or Dandi march. That is the salt satyagraha line. That like that also it is known. Purna Swaraj would never come on its own. It had to fought for. In 1930, Gandhiji declared that he would lead a march to break the salt law. According to this law, the state had a monopoly on the manufacture and the sale of salt. Why Gandhiji decided to conduct the salt march? Because British government said the monopoly of the production and distribution and sale, everything is under the hands of the state, and ordinary people to the rich people, from the poorest of the people to the richest people, we are in need of salt every day. Mahatma Gandhi, along with other nationalists, reasoned that it would sinful on tax salt, since it is much an essential item of our food. Every day we are in need of the salt, and it is an essential as a medicine, as a food item. It is an essential food. So what they are saying, that is really sinful, like that Gandhiji and other leaders said. Then the salt march related to the general desire of freedom to a specific grievance shared by everybody, and that did not divide the rich and the poor. So salt is the ingredient which making the relation with all the division of the society. It may be in the name of caste, or in the name of religion, or in the name of region, or in the name of financial status. We are having the many divisions in the society. All the division, it is going to come together in the name of salt. So Gandhiji decided for salt to disturb the salt law or react to salt law. Gandhiji and his followers marched for over 240 miles from Sabarmati to the coastal town of Dandi, where they broken the government law by gathering natural salt found in the seashore and boiling the sea water to produce salt. So there were 72 leaders and 72 followers, and Gandhiji, they walked 240 miles by 24 days. Every day 10 miles like that they walked, and they reached in Dandi, and they made salt, and they broken the salt law. Women in the freedom struggle. Ambabai from Karnataka. Women from diverse background participated in the national movement. Young and old, single and married, they came from rural and urban area, from both conservatives and liberal homes. Their involvement was significant from the freedom struggle for women movement and for themselves personally. Both British officials and Indian nationalists felt that women participation gave a national struggle and immense force. So up to that time ladies was not participated much. Then slowly they also participated in the time of this Dandi march, and all the ladies was ready to participate and understood that even British government also, even Indian nationalist National Congress also understood the immense force what we can make with the help of ladies. Participation in the freedom movement brought women out of their homes. It gave them a place in the professions, in the governance of India, and it could pave the way to equality with men. So they are getting the chance to work with men, and even in profession. And we can see in the first time itself, we made some of the ladies as ambassadors of India to other countries. Then, what much participation meant for women is the best recount by them. Ambabai of Karnataka had been married at age 12, widowed at 16, and she picketed foreign cloth and liquor shops in Udupi. She was arrested, served as a sentence, and was re-arrested. And between prison terms, she made speeches, taught spinning, and organized Prabhat Peris, and Ambabai regarded these as the happiest days of her life because she gave it a new purpose and commitment. So Ambabai is a ordinary lady. She got married by 12 years and become widow by 16 years, and that time onwards she was actively participated in the freedom movement, and she was arrested, and that prison days when she was in the prison she was helping others to learn many things, and she said like that was the happiest days, and she become very new got a purpose in her life, and she become very much committed or dedicated lady in the society. Women however had to fight for their right to participate in the movement because Gandhiji and other leaders first they was said like that no need to ladies should be there at home, there no need to come out like that. So they was fighting first they was fighting to get the chance to work in the this freedom movement. During the salt satyagraha, for instance, even Mahatma Gandhi was initially opposed to women's participation. Sarojini Naidu had to persuade him to allow women to join in the movement. When ladies came out of their house for joining in the movement or hearing Gandhiji's speeches, Gandhiji first opposed everything, and Sarojini Naidu convinced him and made Gandhiji to say like that, okay, they can participate like that. Then we are continuing the salt law. Peasants, tribals and women participated in large number. Already we have seen how the ladies participated. The Business Federation published pamphlets on the salt issue. The government tried to crush the movement through brutal action against the peaceful satyagrahas. Thousands were sent to jail. That was the usual thing what the British government is doing. They are trying to suppress the every movement. The combined struggle of the Indian people bore fruit from the Government of India Act 1935 prescribed provincial autonomy, and the government announced election to the provincial legislation in 1937, and the Congress formed governments in 7 out of 11 provinces. So because of this salt satyagraha, like that many actions it started. That's why what happened, we can see the Government of India Act made by British government. Because of that one we got the provincial autonomy, means in provincial level we had 8 provinces, and we can conduct major 8 provinces here in India, present India, and altogether it was 11 provinces, and with the help of British government we made the legislature and started election in 1937. And in September 1939, after 2 years, the Congress ruled in the provinces. The Second World War broke out. So we know Second World War, it is started in 1931 and it ended in 1945. So there was ruling 1937 onwards they started to rule. Just after 2 years it started what? Second World War. Critical of Hitler, Congress leaders were ready to support the British war effort. Because of the Hitler was very cruel leader, and who was killing many people, like one the Jewish people, then gypsies, like the different race people, they was suffering from Hitler. He was killing them, and many, not in the 1 or 2, mass killing was happening, and they was keeping in one hall and pouring the poisonous gas over them, and within seconds they will die. That was the condition in Germany. Hitler was the ruler of Germany on that time, and because of that one, Congress leaders or Indians thought like that he is a cruel leader, so we can't stand with Germany or the Hitler, and the opposition group, that is the British was the leader, British Empire was the leader, so we joined with the British Empire or we helped the British Empire. But in turn they wanted that India be granted independence after the war. The British refused to concede the demand. The Congress ministers resigned in protest. So what they said, when Indians said like that we will help British, so after the war we want to get independence like that. Indian leaders said, then British government was not ready to listen that one. So many of the ministers who become the ministers in the provincial level, they resigned. Then okay, again source 5 that you can read by yourself. Okay, we'll continue in next video.